First and foremost, I would like to begin by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to hopefully elect. All right, Shabbat Shalom to hopefully elect. So as you can see from the headline of this video, the moment I knew I was done with being a Hebrew Israelite, which ultimately means the Lord was done dealing with you, right? Which in her case, he probably never was really dealing with her if she wasn't in the 100% truth, right? But I don't have any scriptures pulled up at the moment, but I've thought of a few. But I'll let the video play and commentate as it goes.
The moment I knew I didn't care about the Sabbath anymore and being a Hebrew Israelite and the laws and everything like that is when my son was in the hospital last summer for 30 days. He was 2 at the time, and it was hard, and he was crying a lot and whining a lot and throwing a lot of tantrums. How you in the hospital throwing tantrums? You know what I'm saying? Like, but I went to the coffee shop every single day. And I think the first Saturday I was there, I didn't get anything. But then the next Saturday I was there, I was like, I don't think I care about this anymore. And so I went down there and I
So I
got me some
assume
coffee. And
when she's mentioning Saturday, she was incorrectly following a Saturday Sabbath, right? Which we know the Sabbath does not fall on every Saturday, right? That's going that's going according to the Gregorian calendar, right? We have to go by the calendar of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, right? So we know Saturdays are not the Sabbath days. Like as of right now, the Sabbath day, as it is, November the 18th, 19th? I think it's the 18th going into the 19th, right? But it's a back-to-back Sabbath, meaning the last Sabbath was Monday sundown to Tuesday sundown, right? And now, if I remember correctly, it's going to be Tuesday sundown to Wednesday sundown, right? So, and if I get that wrong, brothers can fact check me on that. But again, so that's one point where she's already incorrect. But even if she was correct, right, and in which days the Sabbath was, that's just a simple mindset. Because we know, it's sometimes, you may have to, buy gas or, something of that nature, right? Because again, we understand we're in captivity, man. Like you can't help but work on a Sabbath. Well, some brothers can't help but work on a Sabbath, so on and so forth, right? We're still in captivity, so we can't do this thing 100%, right? But we do it to the best of our ability, right? But to not care, that's another statement. That's another statement to be made. So with that, let's go to Proverbs 1. I thought it was gonna come up like that. Proverbs 1:22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge, right? So she's being simple, right? She's loving simplicity, the simple life of being a regular citizen of Babylon, right? Being able to do whatever you want, whenever you want, so on and so forth. Not having to answer to anybody, right? Not having to, obey, the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, right? I'll keep reading. Verse 23. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel and would none of my reproof. And that's what she's doing now, because she says she's done with being the Hebrew Israelite, meaning she's done with following the laws and statute commandments to the best of her ability, right? Which she probably never was to begin with. All right, but verse 26, what's going to happen? I also will laugh at your calamity, and I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as a desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, right? They take it light, you know. They take it, as something that is not going to have a judgment attached to it. This is Ecclesiastes. I spelled that wrong. Let me just do it this way. 8 and 11. And it reads, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the hearts of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. And that's how she feel. Because like she said, after she did that, right, she felt a sense of freedom, right? I don't know if she said that part yet. Let's read it or listen to it. It's like it. I think my phone's gonna die. Hold on, we'll see.
There and I got me some coffee. I went down there and I got me some coffee, and I felt great. See? I got a Rice Krispie treat.
See what she said?
And so, I went down there and I got me some coffee, and I felt there. I didn't get anything, but then the next Saturday I was there. I was like, I don't think I care about this anymore. And so, I went down there and I got me some coffee, and I felt great. I got a Rice Krispie treat, and I didn't care. Ate some marshmallow. I didn't care. Right, I just didn't care.
She didn't care. She didn't think it to be purposeful, or so on and so forth. She didn't see a reason for it. She thought it was like a burden, right? But we know through the scriptures it's like it. I'm spelling this right. Well, Ava comes before the E, right? I'm probably spelling that wrong. I don't know. Yeah, I'm probably spelling that wrong. Help me out. This is 1 John 5 and 3. All right. It says, for this is the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous, man. So they're not grievous. They're not hard, or they don't hurt you. Right.
And I had given up on the Bible probably 6 months prior. I had stopped reading the Bible.
The Spirit was taken from you, right? From her, right? If the Lord allowed his Spirit to continue to dwell with her, then she would be, she would be humble, so on and so forth, right?
So there's like a certain freedom, I guess, of.
It kind of look like she's breastfeeding her baby while she's. I mean, but that's just Eve being Eve, man.
I'm kind of giving up on religion and somebody telling you what to do and how to feel. I guess there's a certain feeling of, okay, I am in control of my own life. I was always in control of my own.
Right? You're not in control of your own life. And how do we know this? Come on, man. brothers know where I'm going with this. This phone would be stupid. It's Proverbs 20 and 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? Right? Your goings are of the Lord. The way you move, where you go, what you do, all of it is preordained, right? There's another scripture. There's plenty of scriptures, really, but this is another one. Proverbs 16 and 9. A man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directeth his steps. Right. So again, you're not in control. Right. To keep it simple. So she's saying that she's in control of her life and all this and that. No, it's not. And even when you think about the book of was it James, how it talks about, your life is but a vapor. Right. We're here for one reason and one reason only. That's to, fulfill the prophecies of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. But let's continue.
On life, it's just I gave up that control to follow a religion.
I mean, this isn't a religion.
I'm choosing.
This is it's a nationality. Being a Hebrew Israelite is a nationality. Right? It's not a religion. It's our way of life. It's our culture. Right? It belongs to us.
Not to do that anymore.
Which is fine.
Yeah, that's the moment when I was like,
oh, anymore, cool. I mean, Lord willing, that's just 1% chance that 1 more % chance that I could be, part of the elect, which I'm hoping for.
Okay, yeah, I'm done. On top of that, I didn't have any food most of the time. Like, yeah, I had been in the hospital he had been in the hospital and I'd been with him for a long time. So my family was coming on the weekend. My aunt came, my mom came, my stepdad, like all my family and, friends had stopped by. And most of the time it was on a Saturday. And if they brought me food, like I didn't care about that. Like them spending their money to take care of me, I didn't care about that. And a couple of times my mom relieved me so I could leave on a Saturday to go and buy diapers because my son was really sensitive and he was still in diapers at the time. And the diapers they had were, was going to give him a rash. So I was going to get diapers and Chipotle and whatever else like I needed. So I just didn't care. It just didn't matter to me, And I think that's the moment I knew, like, okay, I'm officially done.
Yeah, so, I mean, like I said, first of all, the Sabbath is not on a Saturday. It can be, but it goes according to the moon, right? Every new moon is a new Sabbath, right? But, and again, another note, we know sometimes you do have to do certain things on the Sabbath, right? Again, we're in the land of our captors, right? Some things you can't escape. But to say you don't care, to treat it as if it doesn't matter, that's a whole nother subject. That's a whole nother problem, right? So, back to Proverbs 1 and 22. Right? How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? Right? How long? How long is Jake 2/3 gonna love simplicity? The answer to that is until Yahushua comes back. Because 2/3 is gonna be 2/3. Right? That's their lot. But Lord willing, is edifying. I'm going to end by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to hopefully elect.